Good evening. Welcome one more time to Hoff's Public Domain Horror Fest. I am your host, Hoff Matthews, and this is, of course, a live comedy show and horror movie screening series. We show a horror movie and we break it up with live comedy host segments like what you're seeing right now. We used to do this physically live in Brooklyn, but of course indoor venues had to close down due to COVID-19, and I left New York City and came here to stay at my ancestral estate of Hoff Manor. And we've been doing the show again, but because it's online, we've been doing exclusively older, classic horror movies which have fallen into the public domain so that our stream and our videos don't get taken down due to copyright infringement. And we've been doing this every week for a couple months now, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's also been a lot of work. We put a lot of time and energy into the show. I don't know to what extent it shows in the final product, but we do. And after this one, we're going to be taking some time off to recharge our energy. But we are going out with a bang with tonight's selection, which you already know what it is because I accidentally left the graphic up when I went to this part of the show, but it is 1964's The Last Man on Earth. Not the Will Forte TV show, but the feature film from 1964, directed by Ubaldo Ragona and Sidney Salkow, and based on the novel I Am Legend by Richard Matheson, which was also the basis for The Omega Man and, of course, the Will Smith film I Am Legend. And in this version of the story, Vincent Price plays a scientist who has to fight off hordes of mutants in the aftermath of mankind being wiped out by a global pandemic. So, you know, as you can imagine from that description, there are maybe some parallels between this movie and stuff going on in the world right now. We've been, meaning to show this movie for a while, and I think it's a very interesting movie to watch in the current context. But for that very reason, it is also kind of a tough movie to watch in the current context as well. So, it's not like an incredibly gory film or anything, but there are parts which maybe get a little uncomfortably real. So, that's just to say, be forewarned, know what you're getting yourself into, and, if anybody has to tap out to do emotional self-care at any point, I completely understand. But I think you guys are going to enjoy the film. And because this film does get a little bit heavy in a way that most of our selections don't, we're going to start the show with something really light and fun. The star of the movie, as I said, is Vincent Price. We love Vincent Price. He was in House on Haunted Hill, which we showed a while back. He's great, and he's got one of the greatest mustaches in cinema, right? Maybe one of the greatest mustaches in history. That's hard to judge. But in his honor, tonight we are going to be playing a game called, Name That Mustache! Yes. I have like 30 of these left over from the Amazing Mr. X show. It's not going to stay on, so I'm not even going to bother to try. But yes, we're going to be playing this game where I show you a bunch of mustaches, and this is an audience participation game. I want people in the stream chat to call out if you see a mustache and you know who it belongs to. Say it in the chat. That's what the game is. I show you a mustache, and you figure out whose mustache it is. There's no prize except just the glory of other people watching the show knowing how good you are at recognizing mustaches. And that should be enough, in my opinion. So, alright, so everybody, if you're ready, if you guys are ready in the chat, I see people are bristling with excitement. That's great. So yeah, let's play
Name That Mustache!
Okay, first mustache we have here. There you go. That's our first one. I think this should be an easy one. I think you guys should be able to get this. I don't want to give anything away. I'm also, the feed is on a little bit of a delay, so I may not be able to wait to see everybody's responses, but yes, you guys know what you're doing here. This is, of course, Tom Selleck. This is mustache 101, basically. This is the platonic ideal of a mustache. You guys, you know your stuff. This might be a cakewalk for everybody. I don't know. But yeah, that's Tom Selleck. Very good. Next up, we couldn't even fit this mustache, the whole thing, into the picture. I think this is also probably an easy one. I mean, you either sort of know it or you don't. There you go. That's correct. This is Salvador Dali, surrealist artist Salvador Dali, using his face as a canvas. Let's do another one. Got some gray in this mustache, pretty distinguished looking. What do you guys think? Does anybody know who this is? Anybody call it out if you know. Alex Trebek, that is correct. Beloved Jeopardy host, Alex Trebek. He shaved the mustache at some point, but it was great while it lasted. Next one, that's a robust mustache, that one there. I think that's a pretty good one. Does anybody recognize this mustache here? The chat, call it out if you know. I'm seeing Saddam, but yes, Ryan Edward Sarter, this is Groucho Marx. We cropped out the cigar because I thought that was going to be a giveaway, but you got it anyway. Very good. You guys are doing great at this. We're going to go into round 2. You got through round 1. Now it's time for round 2. All right. Some gray in this one also. A little trickier. Does anybody know who this is? I'm seeing Marx. I don't know if that refers to this one or the last one. It's not Marx. This is not Marx. Oh, it refers to the last one who actually was Marx. I was thinking of the other one. Anyway, it's not Coach Pringles or Mr. Feeney. D Silvers 19 has it. This is Tom Selleck again. We showed you Magnum PI Tom Selleck first. This is Blue Bloods era Tom Selleck. So you see some mustache evolution in progress here. Next up, little insouciant mustache on this one. What do we think? Any guesses on this trim little stash? Would anybody know? People don't like this one. not positive reactions in the chat. But this may be the first one where we stumped you guys. It's not Mayor Pete. This is Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride. Mandy Patinkin as Inigo Montoya. You killed his father, prepare to die, and all that. All right, so we stumped you on that one. This is round 2. You know, it's getting tougher. What about this? Anybody recognize this bushy stash here? I'll give you a clue. This is a contemporary mustache, if that's helpful for you. I'm not seeing any responses yet. All right, going what? D Silvers again. David Harbour as Hopper from Stranger Things. That's right. A modern mustache. The form is not dead. Very good. And next up, now this, look, I'm going to be impressed if you guys get this one. Does anyone recognize the person in this mustache picture? Does anybody know who it is? Fieri? Is that referring to this one? It's not Guy Fieri. D Silvers, if you pull this out, I'll be amazed. Brian? It's not Johnny Depp. No, sorry. This is Gerald Ford if he had a mustache, which he did not. We photoshopped that on. So again, you know, bit of a tricky one there. But look, he was a U.S. president. This is civics, guys. You got to know this stuff. All right, that was round 2. We're going into the final round, guys. Round 3. There's no distinction between the rounds, but I just thought it was a fun little wrinkle to put in there. So final round, first mustache. I think you guys can get this one. I think you'll know who this is. Any guesses in the chat? Anyone? I'm sorry if somebody's already said it and you're seeing me react as though it's not there, because it's just the delay. It's not another Selleck. It's not Timothy Oliphant. Ooh, I don't know. There Will Be Blood is correct. This is Daniel Day-Lewis as Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood. Very good, people who got that. Next up, this one's a little bit wispier. See some of the skin between the hairs on this one. What do we think? You like this one? This is a good one? Oh, wow, divisive. This is a divisive mustache. I don't see any guesses. It's not Ringo. Anybody else? I don't know who Ed Waters is. It's not him. Not Steve Buscemi. Wow. You guys are going to feel bad when I tell you who this was. D Silvers again. That's right. This is Freddie Mercury from Queen. Very good. Wonderful. And 2 more. We got just 2 more left. Okay. Sort of a tough one, but I feel like you guys, I think, can get this if you think about it. What do we think? Any guesses on this mustache here? Ooh, I'm not seeing anything yet. I don't know. We might have gotten you with this one. All right, guys. This one is Also, Daniel Plainview, after he drinks your milkshake, he drinks it up. Get it? All right. And we have one more mustache for you. Does anyone recognize the man to whom this mustache belongs? Does anyone know? Shout it out if you know. This is our last one. Any guesses in the chat? It's not Mungo Jerry. It's not Che. It's not from Topsy Turvy. It's not. It's definitely not Stalin. I'm sorry. It's looking like we got you guys on this one. I appreciate you're really going for it with the guesses, though. This is actually Horror Fest co-producer George Gordon. That's right. This is what he's been growing over the last few months, and that is a powerful stash, guys. That's very good. All the mustaches that I have on this show are fake, but George's is very real and it's very good. So, thank you all for playing. You guys, look, I'm very impressed. You did a great job in the mustache game, and it's not Johnny Depp. I reject your challenge. I photoshopped that image. I know who it was. Look, I think you guys are all warmed up. I think we are basically ready to start tonight's movie. So that's what we're going to do. I will tell you, as always, me and my co-producers did add some stuff into the film. Not that much. Most of what you see will just be the original movie. But here and there are some Easter eggs scattered around. So keep an eye out for those. I will be back on in 15 minutes or so. But for now, please enjoy Act 1 of tonight's feature presentation, The Last Man on Earth.
Another day to live through. Better get started. December 1965. Is that all it has been since I inherited the world? Only 3 years. Seems like 100 million. Yeah, I own the world. An empty, dead, silent world. More of them for the pit. Every day there are more of them. They live off the weak ones and leave them for the pit. KOKW calling. Come in. KOKW calling. I'm on international frequency. Come in. They can't bear to see their image. It repels them. I need more mirrors. And this garlic's lost its pungency. There was a time when eating was pleasurable. Now it bores me. Just fuel for survival. I'll settle for coffee and orange juice this morning. But first, there's my life consider. I'd better replace that garlic. I'll need more, lots more. Better stop off and get 'em. I can't afford the luxury of anger. Anger can make me vulnerable. It can destroy my reason, and reason's the only advantage I have over them. I've got to find where they hide during the day. Uncover every one of them. Now, where did I finish off yesterday? Madison Street to 31st Avenue. 11 kills. Over 3 years. And there's more than half the city I haven't searched. Just wide enough to keep the flesh apart so their body seal can't function. And how many more of these will I have to make before they're all destroyed? They want my blood. It's their lives or mine. And I still get squeamish. Wait. That garlic. I'd better put it back where it belongs. I can't live a heartbeat away from hell and forget it. I'm out of gas. That means one more stop I'll have to make. I can get rid of them later. Right now, I'm out of gas. Still fresh. But I'll take only what I need. They've got to last. They can wait, too. I've got my life to worry about. Those mirrors have to be replaced before dark. square blocks to search. How many of them still exist? How long will I have to keep up this search? I haven't much time left. It'll be dark in an hour. And now, 12 long hours before the sun will rise and drive them back to darkness.
Morgan, come out. Come out. Morgan, come out. Come out.
All right, so as you can see, the first act of this film is kind of a day in the life of our protagonist, Robert Morgan. And I see in the chat that some of you maybe find certain parts of this part of the movie familiar or relatable in some way. Certainly that was the case for me and my co-producers, Mary Beth Pritchett, George Gordon, and Andre Alupalui. So we went ahead and put together a sort of video diary of what we've been up to ever since quarantine started. So I'm going to play that for you now. So this is our quarantine video diary.
Another day to live through. Better get started. What day is it? I don't know.
August 2020. Is that all it's been since I went into quarantine? The world around me is an empty, dead, silent world.
There was a time when eating was pleasurable. Now it bores me. Now, where did I finish off yesterday? Episode 199, and there are hundreds more I haven't gotten to.
They're still fresh, but I'll only take what I need. They've got to last. I better put this on my face.
Where it belongs.
I can't live a heartbeat away from hell.
And forget it.
New video this morning of clusters of people refusing to practice social distancing.
A large crowd with no masks, and the fireworks show went on.
No one is wearing a mask. No one is social distancing.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so that's what we've been up to. That's how we've been spending our summer. Let's see some more of the film.
Mom, I can't see! I can't see! Mom!
Another day. Another day to start all over again. birds. God, how I miss you. The sun's already set. They'll be everywhere.
It's Morgan. Get him.
The last man on Earth will now take your questions.
Yes, Bryce. Yes, I did fart, but I pardoned myself. Next question.
Critics are raving that Kristen Shaw is a comic life.
Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan?
3 years. Hey, Verge.
Yes? Oh, no. My makeup. My hair.
Hey, where is everybody? All I can see
Hi,
is...
Ben.
Oh.
I can hear children, but I can't see any children.
Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben! Hey, look at how I'm crazy. Ben, Uncle
Kathy.
Ben, Uncle Ben! Where'd you bring me?
Open them and see. Open them and
Oh,
see.
come.
Kathy. I got a fun you. I'm gonna punch Christy.
Take a look at this.
It's highly theoretical, Ben.
Theoretical. Do I have to remind you that theory is a beginning of solution?
Is Europe's disease carried on the wind? Is it, Ben?
Could be.
And if it is,
It isn't, Verge.
is that what you really think, or just what you'd like to think, Robert?
I cannot accept half-baked theories that sell newspapers. I'm a scientist, not an alarmist.
You're whistling past the graveyard.
Is that a commentary on my work at the lab?
We both know how hard you've worked.
I'm sorry, Ben. I just can't accept the idea of universal disease.
Uncle Ben, you promised y'all's card trick.
All right, Kathy. Who can resist that face? All right. Card tricks. Card tricks.
Robert, is it possible this germ or virus could be airborne?
Anything is possible, Verge. The best brains in the world have been running through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. The germ is visible under a microscope, but it's not like any bacilli ever known.
In what way?
It can't be destroyed by any process we've been able to uncover.
But with the whole world trying, there must be a solution.
Hey, Mommy, when are you gonna cut the cake?
Right now, our problem is to cut that cake.
Hey, Mommy! Hey, Mommy!
Coming, coming.
the wind wake you up?
It always does.
How do you feel?
I'm all right.
Oh, don't get up, honey.
I'm not sick, Bob. I'll make
You don't
breakfast.
have to.
I'll be all right. Go on and read your paper.
All right. Oh, sweetheart, look, if you don't feel well, please go back to bed.
I'm just a little tired, that's all. I wish somebody would find a vaccine.
It's all we're working on at the lab, Verge. Maybe you better not send her to school today.
All right. You think you should go to work?
I have to.
Oh, Bob. Bob. I'm so frightened.
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
Right. Sorry to interrupt the movie in the middle of a flashback, but it's a very long flashback. We are not close to the end of it, so gotta do what we gotta do. But anyway, some of you may have noticed in the scenes in the earlier parts of this segment of the film that Vincent Price in this movie is kind of a one-man army. He's like busting out all these moves on the mutants. And, you know, there's a long tradition of Hollywood celebrities leveraging their fame to put out martial arts training videos. Chuck Norris has done this.
All right, everyone, let's try this. All right, extend the hand out, turn the palm down.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Why? Because here I can use up my legs very fast.
And maybe most famously, UFC Hall of Famer Baz Rutten.
Let me tell you first that I've been around. I've been a bouncer for many, many years. Bang, bang, bang. It's a street fight. Never look away from your opponent. Look, sir, I really don't want anything of this. And I go whoop, like this, and I slit your throat, and it's over and out.
Yeah, but what you might not know is that Vincent Price was actually a pioneer of that format. After Last Man on Earth came out, he capitalized on that film's success to release his own martial arts training film. And we've managed to get a hold of it. It's very rare, but we have it, and we're going to play some of it for you right now.
Not today. No thank you. Shove, push. Push, shove. 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 Hi, I'm Vincent Price, but you probably best remember me as cinematic hardbody Dr. Richard Morgan from The Last Man on Earth. A lot of hard training and life experience went into the making of that film, and I'm here now to show you everything I've learned so that when you're walking down the street by yourself and some vampire gets in your face saying, "Hey, I want some of that blood," you will be personally equipped with the knowledge to go, "Bam, pow, no thank you, good night and good luck, sir." Grab his head, shove him behind, shove him in front. If he's on the ground, shove him into the ground. Free shiatsu massage, and it's to die for. Join me. Oh, hum-dum-de-dum, I'm walking alone in an empty park during the daytime, trying to feel like a human being. Oh no, what's this? You use the momentum and you shove to the side. Feels good, don't it? Oh no, I'm being attacked from behind. I shove backwards, shove in all directions. The rotator cuff twists in all directions. And you can train your body to take advantage of this added mobility. Perhaps, as part of your effort to continue feeling human, you decide to take in the sun at the good old beach. But a new concern arises. You're laying prone. What happens if someone comes to you? How do you push them away and create the distance to escape? Well, all your limbs can push. I prefer to drink alone, thank you. Oh, you just got an A. in being shoved. Fresh shove. Space. Touchdown. No shoving in football. This place reminds me of my loneliness. It's hard. Hard to wake up every day and find the motivation to face an empty world. No one to talk to. Nothing to work towards besides slightly better circumstances for a meaningless survival. Humans are social creatures. Isolation does not suit us. One human by themselves means nothing. Anyway, I hope this helps you face the American wasteland on your own. It's all gonna be for nothing, but if you shove that feeling deep down, you'll be okay. This is Vincent Price, signing off, and as always, take it sleazy. Deuces.
Hope you found that informative and useful, and let's see some more of the film.
Well?
The bacilli are multiplying.
That kicks the bone marrow theory in the head.
This specimen shows a higher white count than when I put it on the slide. Those cells are still living, Dr. Mercer, off one another.
There has to be an answer. You heard that all communications are ended outside the continental limits?
Yes, I heard.
That leaves it in our laps. So we keep trying. Where's Cortman?
Well, he should be here by now.
You two stay on this virus theory until I decide it's exhausted.
Right.
Yes, sir?
Morgan will fill you in.
All right, sir. And what did the great man of science have to say today? More of the usual?
Oh, he's trying, Ben, just like the rest of us.
And nothing works. The streets are swarming with truckloads of bodies that they're throwing into that god-awful pit. And the dedicated Dr. Mercer goes on with his plodding, unimaginative approach.
You have a better idea?
Maybe. At least it involves imagination.
Ben, it's as simple as this. An unknown germ is being blown around the world. It's highly contagious and it's reached plague proportions.
And you don't believe some of the dead have come back?
Let's get to work.
And why are they burning the bodies? Why don't they bury them?
Because it's the best known way to control the contagion, to keep the germ from spreading.
That's what we've always believed, at any rate.
You'd prefer us to believe in vampires?
If they exist, yes. There are stories being told, Bob.
By people who are out of their minds with fear.
Maybe. But there are too many to be just coincidental. Stories about people who have died and have come back.
They're stories, Ben, stories.
And why are the infected people always so tired in the daytime? Why can't they stand the sunlight? Why are they only seen at night?
Come here. Look.
I know his
Look. Now, is this bacilli or isn't it?
It doesn't alter.
And this bacilli is found in the blood of every infected person, or isn't it?
To show me germs is not to refute these stories, Bob. Point is, if there are vampires, they exist in spite of these germs.
Come on, let's get to work.
And until further notice, this station will continue its around-the-clock coverage of this national disaster. And now, we switch you to the state capitol, where His Excellency, the Governor, is speaking from the Executive Mansion.
Further, I have, in conjunction with the federal government, declared this state to be a disaster area. The public health is dependent on bodies of the deceased being burned. You must notify the health department immediately if you have a plague victim in your home. Under no circumstances should you gather publicly. In view of the dire emergency that exists, I intend to...
Anything new?
Huh? No, nothing new. Nothing.
Mommy, where are you? Mommy, I can't see. Mommy.
I'm going to call the doctor.
I said no. Virg, there's nothing they can do.
But we can't just let her lie there.
Well, this way she has a chance. If you call a doctor, he'll report it. Do you want that?
Mommy, help me. Mommy. Mommy, please help me. Mommy, help me.
How can you be so sure she's...
Blindness is one of the symptoms. You're not to call a doctor under any circumstances. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Mommy. Mommy. Mommy, where are you?
I've got to pick Ben Cortman up on the way to the lab. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Who's there?
It's me, Ben. We're late. Ben, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Ben, look, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about. You think I'm out of my mind. You laughed at me and my theory. You might be one of them.
Ben, look, you're ill. You ought to see a doctor.
No doctors. You take care of your life, I'll take care of mine. Now get away from here. You understand? Get away from here!
If you're looking for anybody but me, forget it.
Are they all gone?
That's right.
Is there any hope from the latest reports?
No, not yet. But believe me, Morgan, we'll find an answer.
When, Doctor? We need it right now. I need it.
You're the only one who wasn't afraid to come here today.
What's going to happen, Dr. Mercer? Is everybody in the world going to die before someone finds the answer?
No, I don't think so. I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
All right, let's roll.
When? When?
I called a doctor. I had to.
I told you not to call anyone.
Mom, she was blind. She couldn't see. She kept reaching out her hands, groping for me. And then, all of a sudden, she was gone. When they came in, I tried to stop them. They took her.
I saw a truck out there. Was that it? Was it?
I'm sorry, lady. There's nothing I can do. Let that truck through. Get out of the way. Get back, folks. Nobody's allowed out there. Please, all of you, get behind those lines. Look sharp there. Move. Move along. Make way for that truck. Make way. Hey, you, mister! Come back! Come back!
Did this truck just come in from Market Street? I said, did this truck just come in from Market Street?
Mister, I don't know.
Hey, you don't belong in here. Get out. I said get out.
I want my daughter.
Mister, a lot of daughters are in there, including my own.
Verge. Verge. Oh.
wrong. No. I won't let them put you there, Virg. I promise. I won't let them put you there. Who is it? Who's there?
Robert.
Morgan! We're going to kill you, Morgan! Morgan! You hear? Morgan! Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan?
All right. So, I see people in the chat talking about how surprisingly dark this movie is. And yeah, there are scenes in this movie earlier on that feel real in kind of a funny way. And then there are scenes later on that feel real in a way that's maybe more painful. So, for the benefit of anyone in the audience who might be finding this movie, especially these recent parts of the movie, upsetting, I have taken the liberty of calling up my therapist, Dr. Pernice, on Zoom to talk us through any emotions that this movie might be bringing out. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring her up right now. I'm going to mumble about it before I do it. Mumble, mumble, mumble. I'm just mumbling about something. Mumble. Hello, Dr. Pernice.
Hey, Hoff, is something wrong?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry to call you so late, but I'm showing kind of an upsetting movie on my live stream show that I was telling you about, and I wanted to bring you on in case anyone in my audience was in need of some remote therapy.
Well, okay. What is it about this movie that's so upsetting?
Well, Vincent Price plays the scientist whose wife and daughter die of this pandemic that's sweeping the world. You have to kind of watch them slowly waste away over time. It's pretty brutal.
Sounds like this story may be reminding you of what's happening in the real world right now.
Yeah, it definitely puts you in that mind state of thinking about worst case scenarios with COVID-19 and all that.
And how have you been doing with your tendency to catastrophize?
I'm doing fine. I just think this movie might hit harder than something like, The Omega Man with Charlton Heston, which, that was based on the same book as this. But
yeah, I'm sorry to just cut in here, but I think this is an example of something you do a lot. And it's good to be conscious of it. You're fixating on horror movies and the minutiae surrounding them as a way of distracting yourself from having to really feel what you're feeling.
You're saying you think that might be something my audience is doing?
No. I'm saying it's something that you personally tend to do.
Oh. Interesting. Have you seen I Am Legend? Because that's actually based on the same book also, the one with Will Smith.
I haven't. And Hoff, I know you said that you're going to be taking some time off from the show after this week, and I really think that's a healthy choice for you. I think you should make sure to take that opportunity to get in touch with your own emotions and be fully in tune with them without the distraction of producing your show as some sort of mental crutch.
Yeah. And I'll have time to watch a lot more movies too, so
yes,
that'll be cool. Doctor, thank you so much. I don't want to take up any more of your time, but really great to have you on here. So thanks. Have a good night. Yeah, Dr. Pernice, everyone. Hope you all found that helpful. And yeah, let's see some more of the film.
If Cortman thinks he can get to me by destroying my car, his wits are getting dull. This convertible would be nice. Probably handles well. But I can't think of comfort. There was a time when I shopped for a car. Now I'm looking for a hearse. This station wagon will have to do. Alive. It's alive.
Wait! Don't run away! Come back here! Don't run away! Come back! Come back here!
Wherever he is, I've got to find him. If I have to search every street, every house, every alley, every inch of this town, I've got to find him.
Come back! Hey, boy, where are you? Where are you, pal? Come here.
They're dead. They've been staked. But these are made of iron. That's wood, like mine. Someone else is alive in this world. But where are they? Where are they hiding? How many are there? Where did they come from? Why haven't I seen them?
This is Robert Morgan. If somebody can hear me, answer me. For God's sake, answer me. This is KOKW calling. KOKW calling. Answer me.
So you finally decided to come back. It's all right, boy. Good boy. Oh, no. Don't worry, boy. You're going to be all right. Yes, you are. There, now we've got you all cleaned up. You're gonna feel better. I'm gonna put you down here now and you can rest. Got you all cleaned up. There. fast. You know they're out there, don't you? You poor, driven thing. Everything's gonna be all right. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Everything's gonna be all right. All right. You're going to get better. We're gonna have lots of happy times together. You'll see, everything's gonna be fine. What's the use?
Wait, I'm not gonna hurt you. Can't you understand? Wait! Wait! I'm not going to hurt you. Wait! 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 I couldn't be out here in the daylight if I was one of them. You know that they can't come out until sundown. Do you want to come with me or do you want to face them? feeling better?
Yes,
Would you like a cup of coffee?
thank you. You seem very well organized here.
Yeah.
My name is Ruth Collins. I was married. I lost my husband. You are alone? You were married.
Yes.
Children?
A daughter.
What are you doing? Please stop, please. Stop it, please. You're making me sick.
Why do you turn
Please.
away?
Please.
Why do you turn away? You are infected.
No.
Infected systems are allergic to garlic.
You think I'm one of them.
You will be.
You've made up your mind just because I...
You can't change the facts by talking.
Facts. What facts? That I got sick? I've had a sensitive stomach all my life. I saw my husband killed, torn to pieces right in front of our house. I've been wandering ever since, hiding at night, not eating more than scraps, sick with mourning, sick with fear, unable to sleep. Then you shout at me. You chased me across a field, hit me, dragged me to this house. And to top it all, when I get sick because you shove a piece of reeking garlic in my face, you tell me I'm infected.
Where are
Let
you
me
going?
go.
You can't go out there. It's almost sunset.
Let me go,
You
I
can't
said.
go out there now. In a few
I don't
minutes, the
care.
streets will be full up.
Let me go.
At
I don't
least let me give you a
care.
blood test.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You must be hungry. I'll fix you some dinner. You know, you should eat.
I can't. You seem used to them.
Oh, as much as anybody could be. I'm not frightened of them anymore, if that's what you mean. Oh, I protect myself against them, but only because there's so many. Individually, they're weak, mentally incompetent, like animals after a long famine. If they weren't, they surely would have found a way of breaking in here a long time ago.
Come out, Morgan.
Hear that? That's Ben Cortman. He was my friend.
Your friend?
He was like a kid brother. If I could find him and destroy him.
But you said he was your friend.
When I find him, I'll drive a stake through him, just like all the others.
But you lived through all this. Do you know why?
Perhaps I was chosen. That's a laugh. Or perhaps it's because a long time ago when I worked in Panama, I was bitten in my sleep by a bat.
My theory is that the bat had previously acquired the vampire germ. By the time it entered my blood, it had been strained and weakened by the bat system. As a result, I have immunity. Well, it's only a guess, but it's all I have to go on.
You don't think that I'm immune, do you?
It's a simple matter to find out whether you are or not.
What will you do if I am infected? Cure me? You don't have to answer. I know as well as you do. It's incurable.
There might be a way. If not of killing the germ, at least of containing it, keeping it from spreading. If I had the equipment, the time.
Which you don't.
All right, well, we are getting close to the end of the film, and if you've been watching the show for a while, you know what that means. It's time for the Horror Host Highlight Reel. The way this works is all the movies we show are in the public domain. They've all been around for a long time, so there are a lot of horror hosts who have done screenings of them before we came along, on local TV channels or the internet or wherever. So rather than pretending that we're doing some unique thing, we like to pay tribute to that tradition by putting together a highlight reel of other horror hosts, besides me, hosting the film of the night. And this is kind of an interesting one. As you'll see, I was not the only horror host to make a connection between the events of this film and, you might say, current events happening in the real world. So, anyway, without further ado, please enjoy your horror host highlight reel for The Last Man on Earth.
Oh, good evening. I did not know it was that time already. Welcome to the Dr. Deadman Horror Show. Tonight, we're showing a classic. One of my favorites. The Last Man on Earth.
Tonight's killer is the last man on Earth.
Tonight we present to you The Last Man on Earth.
All right, let's roll the film to Last Man on Earth, starring Vincent Price.
Tonight's movie is the 1964 psychotic dystopian classic, The Last Man on Earth.
Tonight's film is the 1964 misunderstood classic, The Last Man on Earth.
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 I don't even know if there's anybody out there watching me, because now I'm the last man on Earth.
The Last Man on Earth.
No, we're not buried. It's not on Earth. It's on Earth.
Oh, on Earth.
I have been chosen to be on an episode of Apocalypse Preppers. This is horror movies A through B. That one is C through D and some of E.
He's got those home movies. Everything we've got lives in the cloud. So if we were to suddenly have our civilization go, we'd have nothing left but memories. How about that?
There is a new version of I Am Legend in the works, purportedly starring Will Smith, though it could be Martin Lawrence by the time it gets to the screen.
How likely does a vampire apocalypse sound, huh? Everybody knows it's going to be a zombie apocalypse that destroys the Earth. Unless those guys from Duck Dynasty develop a duck call that melts human brains.
Wow, that film is almost like life. It's got everything that's happening now. It could have been a prognostication for 2013. Did you see all the newscast about all the horror hosts dropping dead? Just dropping out of sight? Just kaput? The end of the world for horror hosts? It can't be. Say it's not so. Say it's not so.
Now Morgan gets up every day, marks his cabin, gathers his supplies. He goes hunting for the undead. Every day he gets up and does this. Every day he hurts. He feels despair on a level that most people couldn't even imagine. Why? The answer is hope.
Welcome to what may be, what is the last day drinking edition of Ravencraft's Vault of Horror. Well, why is this the last? Well, the world is opening up again, and it is time for things to shift. There are a lot of things that I was not able to give any of my energy to because there just was not opportunity, there was not possibility with everything shut down and everyone so focused on survival. But time to shift. It's time to shift, time to go out into the sunshine, time to redirect the energy. And I'm glad for that. Quite frankly, I am very glad for that.
Human beings live their lives with hope.
And maybe everything will start to pick up now. That would be nice. Wouldn't it be lovely if everything went back to normal?
Hope that the sun will once again rise on a world that he once knew.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure that it looks good, but we're going to be as hopeful as we can here that he is going to make it to the end of this, that he's going to be all right. Maybe he'll even find someone else. Maybe one of those radio signals will come in and he won't have to be alone. Wouldn't that be lovely? Well, there's only one way to find out what's going to happen next, and that is for us to continue with the final exciting reel of The Last Man on Earth.
What a bunch of goofballs, huh? But as Mr. Ravencraft said, it is time to finish the movie, so please enjoy the final act of The Last Man on Earth.
You are one of them.
I was. And without that injection, I'll be one again.
What do you mean? You found a solution?
That's right. Exactly as you said it could be. I take that for it.
What is it?
Defibrinated blood plus vaccine. The blood feeds the germ. The vaccine keeps it isolated and prevents it from multiplying. We've had it for some time now.
We?
There are quite a number of us.
And I thought you were alone. I was going to cure you. Does that amuse you?
No.
Now, I want the truth. I want all of it. Why are you here?
To find out if you know any more than we do. You know far less. We're alive. Infected, yes, but alive. We're going to reorganize society. Do away with all those wretched creatures who are neither alive nor dead. Start everything all over again.
And you want me to join?
You can't join us. You're a monster to them. Why do you think I ran when I saw you? Even though I was assigned to spy on you. Because I was so terrified of what I'd heard about you. You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night. Leaving as evidence of your existence bloodless corpses. Many of the people you destroyed were still alive. Many of them were loved ones of the people in my group.
I didn't know.
Is there any way you can get out of here?
What do you mean?
They're coming after you tonight. That's why I was sent here. To prevent you from resisting them. And supposed to keep you here. Until they come.
To kill me.
Yes.
Your new society sounds charming.
The beginning of any society is never charming or gentle.
And you pretended to be shocked at my violence. Well, what are you waiting for? Why don't you go on and use it? Get it over with. Use it. Get it over with.
Now you know. What are you going to do? What are you doing?
It's already done.
What?
Look. Look. You see? It worked, Ruth. The antibodies in my blood worked. My blood has saved you, Ruth. Do you know what this means? You and I can save all the others. We won't be alone. We'll never be alone again.
You are sure?
Wait. Don't be afraid. Where are you
I've got
going?
to get out of here. Tell them you're not a
You
threat
can't
to us.
go out there.
can
You
save all
wouldn't
of
get
us.
10 feet.
When they come here, there won't be time for questions and answers. They'll come to kill. For God's sakes, Robert, let me go. Oh, Robert, please.
Ruth, look, tomorrow.
Please. Oh, Robert.
Tomorrow, Ruth. Tomorrow will be
No.
all right.
Robert, no. Robert,
Yes, Ruth.
what if this doesn't last?
But it will. I've already checked it under the microscope. Wait, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. I'll check it again.
Just take a look at this. This'll prove it to you. Ruth, there's no change. I've double-checked.
Robert!
Ruth. Ruth!
Robert!
Ruth. Get away from her! Ruth, are you all right? Are you all right?
Run, Robert! Robert, run! Run! They've come to kill you, Robert. Run! Run!
Up there!
There he is!
Wait! You don't understand! Wait!
Get him! Get him!
Wait!
Round the block! Move! Move! This way! Hey, over here! This way! Cover outside! Stand back.
There he is, in the church. All of you freaks! Mutations!
Hold it!
You're freaks! I'm a man. The last man.
Robert.
They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me.
I didn't know. Don't cry. There's nothing to cry about. We're all safe now. All safe.
All right. Very interesting ending, I think. You guys maybe could have used a happier ending under the circumstances, but gives you a lot to think about, as though you needed more of that at the moment. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the film. I hope you enjoyed the show. I have been your host, Hoff Matthews. My co-producers on this show are Andre Alupalui, George Gordon, and Mary Beth Pritchett. Big thanks to Arthi Galapudi for appearing as Dr. Pernice, and Natalie Correa for appearing in the Vincent Price video, as well as a lot of other videos we've shown over the course of this show. And one more note about, I guess you'd say, my collaborators. The theme music on this show, which you hear before the show starts and at various other points, you'll hear it again under the closing credits, is by my dad, Hank Hoffman, who is releasing his debut solo album this very month. And if you want to hear when that's available, you can follow him at thealexbutterfield.bandcamp.com. The album's going to be psychedelic pop, so very different from what you've heard on this show, but it's been in the works for a long time. I can tell you it's going to be great. My dad did not tell me to do this plug. I just believe in the product. So if there's any music nerds out there, check it out, thealexbutterfield.bandcamp.com. And we will not be back next week. As I said, we're taking some time off. The plan right now is to maybe come back in October and do some shows for the Halloween season. I'm sure you guys know how well plans tend to work out these days, so we'll see what happens. But that's what we're thinking about right now. I know October may sound like it's a long way off, but I already feel like I'm falling behind in my preparations for those shows. So we really got to take some rest for a while. But anyway, I guess finally, I just want to say thanks to all of you for watching the show. It really has been great to have a consistent audience and an audience that's so much fun in the chat. I hope that nobody, takes the impression from any of the jokes that we've made that we take what's going on in the world right now lightly. It's a terrible time for everyone, and I hope that you are all doing okay. I probably know most of you personally, so if you're not doing okay, just text me or whatever. But whether I know you or not, I hope you are staying safe for however long it takes for us to get to the point at which we can finally go back out into the world and live our lives again. And really do it. I don't just mean going back out because we have to make a living, or because there's some other additional societal problem that's gotten so bad that we feel like we need to put ourselves on the line to go do something about it. Although it has been great to see people doing that. It's great to see people practicing solidarity, and I'm sure we're going to need a lot more of that before this is over. But I'm just talking about the time when we can go back out into the world because it is actually safe. I know that's the day that we're all looking forward to. So much for coming out tonight. This is Hoff's Horror Fest.